out to respond to that.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening, Maegu.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I wanted to listen, but today I'm so today is Saturday. This the last caller. The last caller just said he just scattered the whole table.
Everybody, he was ready to enter everybody like that, and I know that a lot of you will be going crazy in the comment section. They're like, "Oh my God, no, yes, no, yes,
no." We have to expecting things like this here, you know. Sometimes
and I don't want to look like I'm kind of like holding on to my collar, like saying no. I would let you say
no. It's normal.
Others are watching, right? That they're like, I'll let you answer. You know,
it's difficult to come in. So whenever somebody just came in like this, came through, just allow the person to speak his mind, you know, or her mind, you know.
Exactly.
So I'm lucky I call in now because I was laughing since. I want to say something. In Nigeria, I don't think I would just say it's like internet is doing us more harm than good, or more good than harm in Nigeria, because you know, because since we have been watching NTA and all those, they are no. We've never Nigeria have not been exposed like this. Nigeria has not been even Mayegu, I have to tell you something. You're a strong guy, you know. I was talking to somebody today. I said, can you imagine in that parliament that day, in their Senate house, they started talking about 500 million budget pardon. You know, they started, all of them started talking. Everyone stood up and ran out from the house. Nothing. They just destroyed their day because they heard a little truth of what they have been doing. So I was not telling him, if I'm a soldier or a DSS standing there, maybe I can open fire on all of them. The guy said, you cannot do it. I said, you cannot do it. I'm telling him, you cannot dictate human beings' mind of a human being. Because that's
can do something. Okay, because
this one is not fight now. I'm just talking about psychological effect of it, because you'll be there, some of those soldiers there and DSS there, but many of them have 3 children in university and they could not, they can't even pay their school fees, and they're coming there, their salary is not up to take home. Like I gave him an example of the soldier guy that was in bush for 9 months and he want to go for vacation. The bus ticket is 35,000 and his salary is 50,000.
His family.
He couldn't go. So
take him home and bring him back.
Some of those people standing there with guns. You know, these politicians, I don't think they are using their head. Some of those people standing there with guns, apart from the ones they are taking home, sewing good uniform for them, giving them food or dashing them money time to time. Some of them are standing there on duty. They don't have food to eat at home. They don't know what they are going to meet going back at home. When you start talking about, hey, you people shared 500 million, and because of this little noise, it now came out of the limelight. That kind of person can open fire. I gave him another example of ADC that kid is somebody that is standing at his back in Zambia or Kenya. Finance minister there was spending money and he's owing $1,000. He can't pay his ADC. The guy shot him. You know. So these guys, they don't.
I'll even look it up because I remember covering that same story here. That just shot his own boss, who happened to be a minister of finance.
Because the excuse that guy gave, that the guy is spending money and he can't even pay him his $1,000. You know, and these guys are people following them around. They know how they bought houses for girls, how they buy cars for girls, how they pay a lot of bills without taking care of them. So another thing again is this issue of fish and dumping of toxic waste in Nigerian river. My brother, internet is causing trouble, and Nigerians are still sleeping. They don't want to react. Look at somebody's business. Number one. It now destroyed that lady's life. She can kill herself there. They will say, oh, you see under the comment section, there people will be saying, is she the only one suffering? Can you check that in? But they don't know if this guy collected loan to do this business, or maybe this, you see, apart from the business that the posse killed, who is checking those companies? That is river. It's now the river is not standing in a particular place.
It can go around. That can kill fish, can kill man.
Human being, and that water can go around. People that doesn't know anywhere the water is coming from, the poison is coming from. Some people, rivers and stream are their source of water, drinking water in Nigeria in some villages. You know, so this is not this issue of Igbo, Hausa, or Yoruba thing. It's time everybody wake up. Look at one. I saw one pastor, Reverend El Abuba. He called Gumi a dog. You know, this is what we're supposed to be in. He's from North. He said, look, these guys are thinking like dogs. How can you be calling Nigerians, some Nigerians are more than other Nigerians? Because you are killing people. That he's a terrorist. So this is what we are supposed to be thinking about. Not where somebody come from. This one come from. Tinubu can come from anywhere. But we can see, let's not see Tinubu as a destruction. We only thing we do, let's all join hand and destroy him. And destroy that country, Nigeria. And create a new one for ourselves. If we want to live. Thank you so much, my ego.
Bless you, Mazi. You did well. Thank you very much. Okay. Indeed, for those who knows that see Nigeria, which is not for any of us. All right. We must learn. I love history. Okay, I do love history, and I love people who actually read history too. And I appreciate everyone who has been very much, helpful in educating all of us, enlightening us and all that when it comes to our history. I just don't want us to be prisoners of our own history. It's so good to read your history. It's so good to be to acquaint yourself with your ancestors and what they did right, what they did wrong. Learn from what they did, what they did right, and then learn from what they did wrong as well. What they did wrong in history, do not repeat them, okay? And what they did right, okay? Make sure that if you have to repeat them, you do them better too, okay? I always encourage people not to be prisoners of, don't be a prisoner of your own history. When you read it, you should be better off afterward. I mean, there's no point in holding grudge or anything like or trying to prove a supremacy to one another. The situation that Nigeria is in right now, none of us is spared. Whether you are Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, Ijo, Yoruba, Bini, Ishekiri, wherever you come from, none of us is spared. And the way this Nigeria is dealing with all of us is just in different forms and shapes. Okay? None of us is spared. And that is why if you do really care and you are a student of history, in history, it simply means if you don't like it, you change it. Now, if you can't change it and you don't like it, well, you shouldn't complain. Because whatever you don't like, you must change and end. Now, if you can't change it because you probably feel like you do not have the resources or the power, the ideal thing is what? You seek collaborations with others who are suffering the same thing. And at that point, being Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, or others like that, they won't really matter. It's only going to be when you survive it. Now, after the survival, after the establishment has crumbled, collapsed, totally destroyed, now the survivors who are going to be those who are going to rise from the dust, rise from the rumble of a balkanized, shattered Nigeria, then we can begin to rebuild. And rebuilding this time will be us actually building the future that we would be featuring in. So it's strategic enough that all of us who have been part of one way or the other, who have been part of this contraption. So your role then, your role now, and your future role are all very, very very important. I have to put it that way. Very important, because your role will determine if this is going to happen or not. If it's going to happen now or later. Do you get that? So it is all going to be about, it's going to be on us. And yes, thank you. Now, if you are still there watching, I promise you, this is also almost rounding up now. We've only got just about 10 minutes or maybe 15 minutes to go. My line is still opened, okay? And you can still give it a shot. However, if you are still with me on there, especially on the Facebook or YouTube, do us that one single favor, like the broadcast. It's just to show that you're still here, right? Like the broadcast, share it, and I will be back. Don't go anywhere yet.
Ó ti dójú ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn. Ó ti dójú ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn. Ó ti dójú ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn. Ó ti dójú.
Well, it is shouting me local. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone. Like I said, the probably is just going to be a single caller I would take tonight. I have one other. I have a caller. I had a caller who didn't really last. I was about to connect him or her, and the line just goes off. So we would be taking. I will be taking just maybe one single more call or two. In the absence of that, right? We may even call it a night early enough. But let's take one more. Here, hello.
Yeah, I was the Mayego integration. I was the one that was cut off.
Oh, Baba, you're back.
Yeah,
I'm back. The line is already becoming less busy anyway, so it's good to come back in. Now, I'm going to give you just about 3 minutes. So you know what I mean, like finish all that. Okay.
What I was trying to say about the Tinubu family, right? That they are from the north, is all there in their history book. Right. And during the 80s, I quoted one of my friends' name.
Yes.
The mother Tinubu, who was the mother of that Tinubu now, I used to go out with her, though she was much older than me. Then I used to come from London to visit Nigeria, and she just took likings to me. I don't want to go into that rubbish.
You about the Mogaji, the one that...
The Mogaji, and they came Mogaji, I don't look up.
Abiba to Mogaji, now I get it. So,
during
the Mogaji you mean now, right?
Yes, Abiba Mogaji, during the 80s. My friend, and Allah used to drop me there.
On the right track.
Yes, now, yes.
There's a Gafaru who happened to be Abiba to Mogaji's brother, who happened to be the Tinubus. So Abiba herself is not a Tinubu, but adopted the name for this young man. Abi, I don't mix them up.
No, we are not mixing it up. You see, what I want to say now is that the Tinubus, right? The original Tinubus, right? They are from the northern area that came to settle in Lagos. It's just like the Benin came to settle in Isaleko, the same way the Tinubu and the Vival roads, right, came to settle there. They settled with Tinubu. So
the Vivals are like the returning slaves or something.
Yeah, the returning slaves. Yeah, no, they are. When you say returning slaves, right? It looks like an insult. Because a lot of them, a lot of them that were resettled back to
slaves, Abi?
No. Some of them that were resettled back to Lagos, right, were actually enslaved. Some of them, half of them were those that were captured in the high sea and returned back to Africa.
Oh, so we should be very clear. Okay,
we should be very clear.
I think
very careful.
Rescued.
Yeah.
When slaves were taken there and they were rescued and returned. That makes sense.
And a lot of those people they are taken to Abeokuta.
Yes.
A lot of those people were taken to Abeokuta as well.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying now? Those people that were slaves, right? They will tell you about themselves, right? They are the craftsmen. They are very enterprising. They are the craftsmen. Yes. You understand what I'm saying now? So when we talk about this, our slavery history, right? We have to be very, very careful.
Yeah, how we word text.
Yes.
We need. I mean, I just learned something now. Honestly speaking, I just learned something, and it's not I'm learning the history new, right? I just learned that sometimes context matter. The way you say things, you can give it a different meaning. Totally different meaning. It is. So,
entirely.
When somebody says returning slaves, that's not accurate. Okay. And if somebody says the freed slaves, that is also
the free slaves. Yes. And you know, a lot of the free slaves, right?
Right.
They even have a lot of the free slaves. They even have foreign names. A lot of them, some of them have pure Yoruba names. The Mendes are the ones that are brought from Brazil. Those are free slaves. Right. The Mendes. Right. Yes, I'm saying there are some people.
Got Fernandez too.
Yeah, the Fernandez, the Dancolis. Yeah. But there are some of them that got pure Yoruba names. Like those people, those guys are not free. They are just resettled. You know, they didn't escape. They are the ones that were captured on the high sea and returned back to Nigeria, to wherever. Some of them are in Sierra Leone. They are the Creoles. Some of them are the Creoles in Sierra Leone.
No,
some of them are in Liberia. So we're very careful. So actually, when Tinubu was closing border with Niger, right? I think it was actually very stupidly because 60% of Nigerians are Hausa people. You know what I'm saying? 60% of Nigerians, right, has cousins in the northern area in Nigeria.
That is so right.
Niger is supposed to be part of Nigeria anyway. Niger is supposed to be part of Nigeria. Unfortunately, the French colonized Niger because Niger, before the amalgamation, right, Niger was 80% Nigerian. 80% Nigerian. You know what I'm saying now? So when Tinubu started closing border, it doesn't make sense anymore. It just acted stupidly.
No history at all, honestly.
Because the goat we consume in Nigeria, 70% of the goat we consume in Nigeria is from Niger Republic. 70% of the goat, and it's from Niger.
And all that.
So now it's open the border. Look, Mayego is just unfortunate that we are laced with we are captured. We are capsulated with this useless leader that doesn't think well, that doesn't think ahead, that doesn't think that.
You're right.
Yeah, very unfortunate. You know what?
I always tell people too. I said it's also unfair. Okay, like they do this all the time. They've always been doing it, right? So unfair in the sense that people are pretty much like defeated, and like I mean, it is at the worst stage where the people are at the mercy of the thought of their ruiners. They are hoping that their rulers will think good of them or think about them, even if for small. And you know, this is the situation we have found ourselves now. Like it is so unfair. Okay.
Can I give you just one simple example?
Yeah.
How Niger can be redeemed. Just for example, now the transhuman protocol of the ECOWAS, where they can move any animals, right?
Right.
All the palliatives, all the concerning projects, right? That budgeting money from, right? What if they use that money, right, to construct a superhighway, right, around West Africa? A superhighway around West Africa, alongside with a rail line as well, with superhighway alongside.
This should be.
All these animals that are moving around, right, through the forest, right, wouldn't happen anymore. And the West African region, right, we have to for Morocco to say they want to join ECOWAS. They know what they are talking about. Morocco want to join ECOWAS. Morocco is not about to join ECOWAS. They are not stupid.
Again. Well,
ECOWAS is the most ECOWAS is the most richest economic entity in the whole world. All the mineral resources is in ECOWAS.
Everything, right?
Everything. So we'll stop these idiots in National Assembly, right? Budgeting all those monies, okay? Let's cut everything. Let's cut our this thing. Let's control the highway, super highway, right, from Nigeria to the rest of ECOWAS. Nigeria farmers will gain more, and every economy will thrive. And Nigeria has the population. You know what I'm saying now?
No.
So, I don't want to talk.
If Nigerians, you see, if Nigerians have a good economy, living standard, where Nigerians have high purchasing power, man, nobody go if you hold that place or the people, man, because the number is so massive. It's like going to be like America. America has got the population, they've got the economy, they've got everything there that makes them take advantage of. Say, man, America show interest, right? Forget it. You are done. I mean, you are settled.
My Nigeria at the moment, right? I will advise Nigerians, right? If you want to go to Nigeria, right? Yeah. You don't go there and look for a hotel. Just type Airbnb. Nigeria have very good Airbnb, right? It's working well. It's working well. You can get accommodation, right, for £10 because Naira is useless. With 24 hours AC.
Going there, right? But what about people living there?
No, those who are going there, 24 hours AC, everything, security, everything throughout the day. You have your own kitchen, everything. Airbnb, Google Airbnb Nigeria. You see there. If you are going to Korodu, put Ikorodu. If you are going to Lagos, put Lekki. You will all see it there. You will see accommodation for £16, £10, £12. You don't need to go to any. You don't need to go to any Sheraton hotel. You don't need Sheraton hotel. They are all there. 24 hours of flight, supply of flight. Everything. You can cook your own food. Everything there. Airbnb Nigeria.
Bless you, Baba. Anyway,
thank you very much
for sharing that.
I gave the information about the exchange rate to buy houses. I'll give the other one to lodge in Nigeria. So I want to come to your program. I'll give them information.
Well, it's like a millionaire's tip, right?
Yes,
some people, because the way they come, only few will actually understand it. Some have heard you now, and they've probably like, oh my God, that's the second time I'm hearing that. I'm going to work on it. See, that's one thing about
if I go to Nigeria tomorrow, go to Google, put Airbnb. You see Airbnb, you get accommodation for £10 or $10. Fully equipped.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayogo. Okay. It's nice talking to you. Yes,
it's a pleasure, sir. You have a good evening, okay? Thanks a lot. So, and then you also have a wonderful weekend. That is to everyone. So, I want to say a big thank you to all of us who has been part of this this evening. Although the time is totally out now, okay? But if you probably joined us midway, I would encourage you to watch this from the start, okay? Or if you have already seen the whole thing, just like others, that's fine. Don't leave without liking the broadcast. Liking it just simply means that, of course, you enjoyed it. But if you don't, maybe we'll try again next time. I will see you some other time. So until then, look gonna take a easy and do not hang your hope on this graduate. All promises cancelled. APC. Good night.
The transmission line is a super highway. For generated electricity and power. They could not even make a down payment for a roasted corn. That transmission.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary ayé bí nàmbà wá.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary ayé bí nàmbà wá.
ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí.
Máyégún Diary na ibi nọ́mbà wọn.
àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún Diary na ibi nọ́mbà wọn.
bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí.
Máyégún Diary na ibi nọ́mbà wọn.
ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún Diary na ibi nọ́mbà wọn.
Máyégún Diary politico.
Máyégún Diary na ibi nọ́mbà wọn.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún.
Máyégún Diary na ibi nọ́mbà wọn.
ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Máyégún Diary na ibi nọ́mbà wọn.
àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Máyégún Diary na ibi nọ́mbà wọn.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
bí gómìnà gbówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Ha! Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹ̀rùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi